These are trigonometric equations and solutions. So any equation which includes some trigonometric functions, you don't have to by heart the definition now. Just suppose 2, 3, 10 plus 1 equals to 0. Anything like 2 sin x f plus your 1 equals to 0. Anything. Any equation which includes a trigonometric function in it called as a trigonometric equation. The main part is now we have to learn how to find solutions for them. Solutions is how to solve them. Get the value of theta, get the value of x. So for that, we have something called as trigonometric solution. There are two types. In the exam, there is specifier to find general solution or find that is the principal. Two types. One is general, one is. Now you see this term called n belongs to z. How to read this? Z is what? Belongs to all the values whichever plus minus in general. Now comes the main part, the table you have to know. Write this table. Yes, if what kind of equation comes, what is the solution which you have to write? One side you write two types of it. On side one and side two. So write a trigonometric equation here. Write the solution. Very simple. This is not like those complicated problems you have done under trigonometry. This is the most easier part of it. Also, this is the general solution. General one. First one is these are all the categories where right hand side it will be 0. With sign type versus 0 category, not some number. Second one, cos theta equals to 0. Third, tan theta equals to 0. Fourth, cot theta equals to 0. Fifth and sixth, sec theta, cosec theta. So these are all the 6 trigonometric functions where angle will be given and on the right hand side it will be 0. If the right hand side is 0, then it belongs to set number 1 type. Okay, so this is what we have to know. Now, what will be the solution? Straight away, this you have to know now. So you have to either by heart or practice it out. Theta equals to n1. What exactly it means is theta, sin theta is always like sine of pi is 0, sine of 180 is 0. Same way sine of 2 pi is also 0. Sign of 3 pi is also 0. Same way sign of minus pi is also 0. So n can be any number, 2, 3, 5, minus 3, anything. For that, all those numbers sin theta is 0. Comma, you have to mention. N means all integers. One is good thing is you have to learn only two things. One for sine and one for cos. So the same thing you have to repeat. Sine and tan is the same solution. Right for tan also same one. This color, same. Whatever you learn for sine, therefore tan. What is the solution? Theta equals to n pi. And the other one is cos and concatenation. Odd number. And if you put 1, it will come 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2. So, you know that cos 90 is what? 0. Like that. So, all the odd multiples. Cos and cot will have. So, remember only two values. Anyway, there is no solution. So, this will become 1 upon cos. You know that when 0 is in the denominator, it is not possible to find a solution. So which are the two values? Quickly remember. N pi. Other one is what? 2n plus 1. That's it. So you know the table. Two are the same. Sin and tan. So next one cos and cot. C. C and C are the same thing. And now let us start finding the solution. So we will solve the following or find a general solution of it. As long as they don't mention find a principal value, you have to understand anyway it is general. So even if the first case they don't mention find general solution, solve itself means find a solution. You have to find the value of the answer. We have to understand whether it belongs to set 1 or set 2. Sometimes you might get like this sin 2x equals to root 3 by 2. Is there a 0 on the right hand side here? No. If there is no 0 on the right hand side, then it belongs to set number 2, which we will learn later. So check. If the sign is single, there is no plus, nothing extra, and this side is 0. So we know that it belongs to which one? Set number 1 category. So for sine theta equals to 0, what is the solution? Solution is what? Theta equals to n pi and belongs to that. So this is what we have by method or which we have to know. Let's compare and see. Who is there in place of theta number 2x? So this right instead of theta, write 2x. This right is everything. Now whose value we have to find? We have to find a value of x now here. Siddharth. X we have to keep here. So what will happen? 2 you take it on the other side. So this is multiplication. So he will go to the denominator. This is your final answer. Next. So it was 3x. Understood? For all belongs to for and belongs to for all in the same one. And it's also okay for he's trying to say write it in words. X equals to n pi where for all n belongs to If you want, you can put without having to put comma also it's sufficient. Even if you write in words also for all also, it's okay. The second one, now it's easy, just see. All you have to know is what is the solution, the table thing. Okay? Now this is again set number 1. This is 10. So what is the solution for 10? Same as sine. So write the solution. If this was 5 theta by 3, consider 5 theta by 3. Cannot forget this, and belongs to that. Now we need x. So denominator fellow will go up here. Numerator will go to the square is there, don't worry. Square you take on the other side, it will become root of 0, which will be 0. Second one, any difficulty? Now square, whether it is square raised to 3, raised to 4, raised to 5, doesn't matter. You take him on the other side. Anyway, it will be 0. If this step is not compulsory, you can directly also write 0. Now, if anyways it belongs to which category? First category, set 1, because 0 is on the right. So, what is the solution here? 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Because this is cos. This is related to cos. So, what solution will write? Theta means 4x. Now, this 4 will come down and get multiplied here for 2. Directly also give it pi by 8. It's fine. N belongs to Z, right? Final answer will be what one? Sometimes even if some number is there at the side, 4 and all, that also 0 upon 4 will anyway become 0. So again, cube root it will become, so it's from cube root, you can directly write power any is there, can remove it. Now got again same solution. Just solution. Next. I could write in the front also, whichever side it is fine. So we have only numbers which will changing. But this is what the solution. So just you have to become sin and tan FCM, cos and cot FCM. So we are done with set number one here. And we'll move on to set number two. Write it down. Whenever it is not equal to 0, so we have to bring it in this form and then plus. Both the side only sin and finally have to be there. Huh? You cannot have sin this side and cos on the other side. Both sides has to be side. The other category is cos x equals to cos y. Third, tan x equals. Now this is the solution for this one. Minus 1 raised to 10. Then plus the last one is n pi. So these are only sine, cos, and tan you have to learn. Sec, cosec, and cot becomes an equal algebra. First, we'll have to bring it in this form because cosec means reciprocal. We'll have to find. Okay. Here all have solutions. Huh? There is only there it was no solution for cosec and sec. Here this category becomes there is a solution for cosec. So we will have to bring it inside. But only three things you have to remember. Then one more thing also we have to know is sometimes problems will come now with plus and minus. Last time it was 0, so whether it was plus or whether it was minus, it did not matter. But now suppose we have sin x minus half an hour, so then that time we have to think of what to do with the minus. So whenever you have minus sin x, remember outside y is. This directly you can take it inside. For sine minus you have to directly take it inside. Tan also if it is there minus. And this directly can take the minus. But if this is cos, write it as pi. Why are we doing that is that logic negative belongs to which quadrant? Negative, any negative angle, if I told you which quadrant you have to refer, I told you always refer in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, you know that sign is negative, 10 is also negative. But it's cos negative in the this, so if you simply write minus y here, it will be wrong because cos of negative is not negative, it will become positive. So we cannot use that same logic for cos. So that is why only cos has an exemption. We have to write it as 5. Okay, so remember, sine and tan minus you can directly take it inside. Only cos fellow by taking inside you have to write extra 5. It's always the problem. Right? Once you start solving the problem, you can whenever you come across negative one. If you know this, you'll be able to solve all the problems. in the first problem. I know. No, general solution class. So they are not helpful. We are finding only general. Now, first, you know that only two categories are there. One is set one and one is set two. Is there any zero on the right hand side? No. So 100% it is not set one category. So it belongs to set two. But set two, what we have seen, both left hand side as well as right hand side, there has to be sign. Here now only on the left hand side there is sign. So this also I have to bring it in the sign form. So sine of which angle is root 3 by 2? From your trigonometric table, 60. So now you cannot deal with degrees. All of it radians. 60 degrees is how much? 5 by 3. Okay? So 60 degrees. So sine 60 we know is root 3 by 2. 60 means 5. So we have to write this as sine of not that you see cos 30 is also root 3 by 2, but we do not write cos. Why? Both the sides have to be sine only. So that is why we are writing. Then we have to compare it with this formula. What is the solution? X is n pi. So right now you have to look into the table and find later you have to mention. So write this, under this, you write this part. Now who is there in place of x? X only is there. So that is fine. You don't have to write anything. What is the value of y? 5. N belongs to Z is there. The table at given N belongs to that. Now just write the solution. So actual final solution will be N nothing, just keep as it is. Only put the value of y now because x is anyway there. So that will not change. Instead of y, what I will put 5 by 3. This is the final one. No one will enter. This is the solution. Yeah. Now this is the second one. Now directly go look at the zero and decide it belongs to set one. Huh? Second one first you have to simplify. Only for that directly was zero, it would be different. But minus 3 for second one the other side. It was first one any difficulty. Just have to put the value of y over there. Now 2 will come down. Now you know that it is set to be. So compare it with this formula. So instead of x, it is 4x. What is the solution? So instead of x, what you have to write? 4x. Sorry, wait. I did not write in the book. Cos 4x. Cos of which angle? 3. 5 by 6. 32. Right. Plus or minus. Both you have to write it. Because cos 30 root 3 by. So this we have to write in terms of cos so that we can compare. So instead of y, we put 5 by 6. Now we cannot leave this as it is. 4 will go down. Okay? Now rather than doing this upon 4, then separating all that, what you do is directly, now there are two terms, correct? So if this will go here also, this will go here also. So straight away 2 and 5 by 4. Okay? Plus or minus. Okay. Both of this. Otherwise, you have to write upon 4, then make it ulta, separate. Divide this one also by 4. This one. This 4 will come down. Right, you can see. Answer will be n 5 by 2. Second one, any difficulty? Second problem. The third one. Third one is cosec. We have not learned anything in terms of cosec, the table. If nothing is there, what it is? You write it as cosec x is root 2 upon 1, no? But have we learned any table related to cosec any solution is given? No. But who is the reciprocal of cosec? Sine. So directly you can write this as sin x. If this is reciprocal. Now you know this belongs to set 2 category. So this is anyway also. Sine of which angle? 45 degrees. 45 means pi by 4. Now write the formula. I've given only so that you compare it. So already know directly also. This box is not compulsory to write up. Directly can write up. What was it? Not still. If we get cosec, we have to bring it in time form and apply next. Logical cannot take it. And in this solution check, for those who want, we can write this also first. The formula, then put the value of x is anyways x only. Then do the next one is x equals to 60. So pi by 3. What is the solution? So this you have to compare. So why you have to further? Both one. First simplify this. 1, take it on the other side. In this step, now again, this doesn't belong to set 1, so it is set 2. Sine of which angle? 1 by root 2, 45. 5 by 2. Now again, you cannot simply say this is the value of y, because we have not learned any formula sin x equals to minus sin y. We have directly learned sin x equals to sin y. So we have to deal with the sign now, so which I have told you. For sin, I can directly take this minus inside. Right, take this minus inside. Now your value of y is minus 5. And this here. So what is the solution? N pi is here. And instead of x, put 3x here. And instead of y, put minus 5 in the bracket. So put the value of x is 3x, the value of y minus 5 by 4. Now you know that you have to simplify. Only x should remain here on the left hand side. So take 3 down here also. Take 3 down here also. Both the terms. So whenever you are taking 3, denominator becomes the plus sign. So it gets shared to both. X to be n pi by 3. N belongs to Z. So in this step, you must have got minus pi by 12. Got this value? Everybody got in this step pi by 12. Okay. Now, if there is minus sign, there was plus one more. If in case come in this problem category, it is nothing but like minus 1 into 1. So 1 I'm adding here. So minus, if you give, I don't make minus into minus plus. Huh? It is like having minus 1 raised to n into minus 1 raised to 1. So what you do is when you add this 1 minus is increasing. So next step, you have to write it as n plus. Remove this minus and add 1 here. Just like pi by 12. Minus 1 raised to n into minus pi by 12 I want to. Simply minus into minus I cannot say plus. Why n we don't know. Whether it is even number, whether it is not odd number. Whether, so what you have to do is this minus you have to write it as minus 1 into this I'm writing separate. It's like multiply. What is its power? 1. Base is the same. The power will get that much. You don't break a hair every time doing this calculation. Remove the minus. Only if this minus is there, huh? This calculation. This was plus and it's normal pi by 2. This will be a final simplified answer. If your teachers are giving like this, then it's good. Then you don't have to work. So want the side is want that the logic actually then pick one. Okay, now you know how to deal with negative ones. So do the sixth one, the fourth. Try to solve the sixth one. Problem you have to consider your answer like that. It's only will come. Again, उल्टा ही हो गया and of which angle 30. Then you can directly take it inside. Now compare. Or directly also you can write y value is minus 5. So plus into minus anyways will be minus. 2 will go down here, both the places. Now here, cos directly we cannot take negative inside, I told you. Cos can I simply write minus 5 by 3? No, what you have to write it as pi minus. Extra pi. Now cross multiply right up. 3 minus 1 is 2. Compare. Anyway, this is your one. What is the solution? 2 alpha plus a minus 1. The positive value only. This will not be negative, huh? After cross multiplying, it will be positive. It's negative. So any other number here? Exact. You can make it put and write a reciprocal and then write a solution. You have to write it as P upon ulta. So my mistake that. So this should be 2 upon root 3. Because it will not just take the this one. The question, take it as 2 upon root 3. Now the cos of each angle by 2, 30. 30 means 5 by 6. Then take the minus inside. Directly we cannot take it for cos. Write it as 5 minus 5 by 6. This is not side is not there. So my right is minus. Huh? Now the next cos 5x cos 5 pi by 6 you will get after cross multiplying. So now write that formula. So this is the x. The y. Now this 5 will come down to both the places. So it will be 2 and pi by 5 plus or minus 5 pi by 6 into 5. 5 and 5 will cancel. This will be the answer. Huh? So here set to category how to solve no matter which value is given. Only table you have to know properly. Huh? Forget the table one. Then there is no solution. The next category is mixed problems. Okay? It might include both Z1 and Z2 or maybe both Z2 only. Now how to know that not belonging to Z1 also and Z2 also, and we have to simplify. Both sides cos is there only. But what is the problem? Both side x only is there. This can, this side is x, this side is also x. It has to be, this had to be some pure number. Remember, y value has to be something pure. This side also is x, that side we cannot say this is x and this is y and then write a solution. That would be wrong. Here you have to have the pi by 6 or pi by something like that. So whenever you have something like this, both the side x terms, we cannot directly put them in Z1 and Z2 category. We have to simplify. Bring him on the right hand side. Now which formula we have learned? Cos B minus cos B formula. Remember? S C C here, yes. Minus 2 sine of C plus B by 2 Sine of C minus B. Apply this formula. So this is your C. And to do that, when both the sides, this part, I'll understand. Now, this minus 2 we can take him on the other side because they are all multiplication and 2 go anyway on the other side. Here it will become 3. Minus 2 we can take him on the other side. Now I get sine 3x. Two terms you will get. That's what they step. Now, like how we find factors. So now, with the sine 3x equals to 0, two solutions. Sine 3x equals to. Now check which category this belongs. Set 1 or set 2? Which one? Set 1. This is also set 1. This one is also set 1. Write the solution. Here what it is n pi. Only difference here is 3x. This is the solution for sine x equals to 0. Set 1. Sometimes it can come sine and sine also, huh? Both the sides. So you'll have to apply sine c minus sine. Alright, the second one. Now there are three terms. So you have to apply this same formula, but for any two pair, any two of them you have to bring. So check which one to bring them together. How I told you the logic. Add and divide by 2 and see if it is equals to the third one. So 2 plus 4 into 6 upon 2 will be 3, which will not work. 6 plus 4 will be 10. 10 upon 2 will be 5, which will be not. 2 and 6 will have. Sine 2 and sine 6. So 2 plus 6 will be 8. 8 upon 2 will become 6. Write a bigger number first, no? I'll write it. Combination. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 upon 2 will be equals to that. So by writing only, right, before writing bigger one first number so that there is no confusion with percent. Why I am taking this 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 upon 2 is. So keep sine 4x at the side. Apply sine c plus sine b from here. Take common. Sin 4x is left to take common between both of them. Take sin 4x common. Cos this is not. So done. We are done with the answer. The sin 4x equals to 0, you have to write. Yeah. Or solution of the ऐसे पता इतने वाले तो सेट वन के वो सेट टू कैटेगरी आता स्केचिंग ना डेटा नेट रहना चाहिए उसको फॉर्मूला ला होता है इजी आते हैं पर जनरल सॉल्यूशन बोलते हैं क्लास में जनरल सॉल्यूशन सोचते हो चले बोल this is which category set 2 this is which category set 1 so write the solution understood everybody write a solution for sine now this is set 2 so write this also example cos sine 4x equals to 0 and so on. So this is set 1. So 4x equals to n pi and belongs to 6. So this is your 1. Cos 2x equals to cos of each I by 2. What is the solution? Putting this answer. So stop here. You can continue it in the next class. So learn the 3 solutions properly. Yeah? Set number 2. So if you are done with that, all the problems are easy. And the trigonometric table.